So we were continuing our discussion then about our talk about the youth and your impact and
Yeah.
where you see yourself going with that and how you see what is happening to the youth today.
So I think I was saying earlier that one of the things that I'm trying to tell everyone is Guru Granth Sahib Ji is Jagat Guru,
Hanji.
which means that just like how Guru Nanak Dev Ji, up till Guru Gobind Singh Ji, everyone had access. Everyone could come and meet the Guru, have a conversation with the Guru, and the Guru responds. The same thing for us is one of the things I told the children yesterday as well, even the youth. You have any question, you have any doubt, you have any issue, your first go-to person should be the Guru. Then now the question comes is, okay, I can go to the Guru, I'll speak to the Guru, but now I can't understand what the Guru is trying to say to me. So the key to understanding the Guru's words is to now learn the Guru's language. And you heard this as well. To destroy a culture, to destroy a qawm is to first just destroy the language. And it's not just Punjabi language, because Guru Granth Sahib Ji is not just in Punjabi, but what I mean is Gurmukhi, which is the script and the language of the Guru.
Right.
So learning Gurmukhi, finding time to learning the words of a Guru, what it means, then you can understand what a Guru is trying to say. And what I tell the youth is, there's one path, there's one destination, which is oneness, which is becoming one with Vaheguru, which is attaining liberation. But to get there, which is the way of life, and there's not just one way of life, Guru Nanak Dev Ji has given us different ways to get to that destination. And for some of us, our path would be a straight road. Some of us will be, windy road. Some of us will be through the rivers, through the jungle, so much challenges. But eventually, we are going to get there. So I tell them and I ask everyone, what is your way to connecting to your Guru? And that could be through many things. That could be through Kirtan. That could be through just doing seva. That could be through doing parchar. In fact, this when it comes to parchar, there's this notion, unfortunately, in the Panth, that only perfect people can do parchar. But if they were perfect people, they should not even be born, because only Guru Puraya, those who have attained oneness with Vaheguru, they are perfect, and they're not born. On the path of parchar, like Guru Nanak Dev Ji did for Udasiyan, and they left their family behind. They had 2 children. They left their wife. Father was not really happy. Mother was not really happy. And the one who supported Guru Nanak Dev Ji was the Rai Bular and his sister. But still Guru Nanak Dev Ji went on his mission. You got to do what you have to do, which was to do parchar. And even then, on the path of parchar and the path of Udasi, not everybody accepted Guru Nanak Dev Ji. People questioned Guru Nanak Dev Ji. People pointed fingers at Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He was called crazy, divana, baurana. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells about this. Some people, some villages did not allow him to come in. Some would say, stay outside, Anyways, so many challenges. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, they got challenged by their own brother. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji tried to get, was almost, they got shot by their cousin. So on the path of parchar, I feel personally that if we have something that we can offer through our experience, it's not just knowledge of the book, but through our experience, we are sharing our experience with someone else, and eventually we are also learning on the path of parchar. Like you have been doing this for like so many, and you yourself say that it's still a growing, you're still growing, and same for me as well, that this notion of only perfect people doing parchar does not exist at all. It doesn't exist. On the path of parchar, we guide and we ourselves learn at the same time. Absolutely. So I tell the youth, maybe parchar is your way. Maybe wearing bana 24 hours a day, every day is your way. Maybe gatka could be your way. Maybe reading Gurbani is your way. Find something which is your hook to Sikhi, and allow that to bring you forward, but don't just stick onto that hook and think that that's Sikhi. Slowly, as you're progressing in your journey, you will realize, wow, there's so much more to Sikhi. and you will start meeting like-minded people, and even those who have a different perception of Sikhi, but understand that even that is within hukam, that Guru is guiding them through a different way. So eventually, I tell the youth that 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, if we don't take care of ourselves, we don't find the connection with our Guru now, individually, how are we going to guide our children? And then who is going to understand Guru Granth Sahib Ji then? Who is going to spread the message of the Guru? Not just to the Sikh, but to the world. So we have to pick up something. We have to start doing something for ourselves. Find our connection with the Guru. Walk on the path of Sikhi. And eventually inspire other people as well. I hear the youth will say, no, I'm not good enough. I don't think it's for me. Let someone else do it. I think Bhai Jagraj Singh used to say this, and I like this. If not me, then who? If not now, then when? And then we have to ask ourselves. And it's not coming from the place of ego. Oh, I will only do something, or I will only be able to inspire others if I'm perfect myself. It's okay. With the very little that you have, inspire somebody else. And then maybe do it together. Build your Sangat and connect to your Guru. So
Yeah, no, it's very true. We talk about how one candle lights the other candle.
yeah.
And that Sangat is here to be able to lift that light, that jyot, and bring that jyot to humanity.
Hanji.
But it's a lot of time, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of givingness on our part to help and to guide and to bring people in our Sangat to understand the relationship between Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj and themselves. That there's a relationship. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave Guru Gadi of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, he said that everyone will be sovereign unto the Guru, that everyone will have their own feeling, their own pathway to it. I can express, this is my feeling at the feet of the Guru, and you express, well, this is my feeling, I feel it this way. That each of us has a place there. But the key is, and what I taught for many years, is that make the connection, that if we're not helping our youth make the connection at the feet of the Guru, we say, well, Guru's guiding us and Guru's taking care of us and we're trusting at that and we're going to follow Guru's pathway. And we surrender ourselves to that. So that's a great blessing that we have, that we're able to surrender ourselves to that, but to help others give that surrender, to let that lead their life, and for our young people to understand that that's the relationship. But again, we're so caught up into this Western style of living, Western style of life. We look at our children, we say, okay, did they get an A? Are they becoming, an A in geography, and they're going to get a psychologist, they're going to be a lawyer, they're going to be a doctor. But did we say, did they get an A in Gurmat study? Did they get an A in their devotion to Guru Granth Sahib Ji? Did they get the diploma for, going to Gurmat camp? We judge them by how they're going to be outside, not by what was the connection. Because if we don't have that connection, then where would they get the connection?
That's true. It's interesting that we have become Baharmukhi. Baharmukhi means you just look outward and just focus on the worldly education, which is necessary as well. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj in Anandpur Sahib had the greatest university library in Anandpur Darbar, and he called the greatest scholars and poets, and the likes of Bhai Nandalal Ji came, and they would write, translate, transcribe. And Maharaj focused a lot on literature, a lot on being like, having the knowledge in every aspect. But Gurbani was the main thing. And it got me thinking, before 1699, before Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Pargat ka revealed the Panth through Khande Bate da Amrit, from 1675, after the Shahidi of their father Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, up till 1698, that's about 23 years, right? For 23 years, Guru Gobind Singh Ji's focus was to prepare the Panth internally through Gurbani, writing Gurbani, preparing all the Jap Sahib, Akal Ustad, and the Bani of Guru Gobind Singh Ji is beautiful. It's amazing. And to write all these Baniya, to learn the Grantha, to be equipped with knowledge of the self, knowledge of the world, And only then Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, now the Panth is ready to follow the Rahat externally, which is keeping your bana, keeping your Panchkakar di Rahat, going for fighting battles, because internally we are already strong. We have the Gyan that we need. And so, but now, putta pega, it's the opposite. We are focusing a lot on the barley, even in terms of Rahat, we are focusing so much, and it's not wrong. Barley, dunyavi gyan, just knowledge of the school, studying in school, being a good doctor, being earning good money, and then at the same time maybe even keeping your rahat as well. And that is good, but what about the internal rahat? What about equipping yourself with all the tools of Gurbani? Like, for example, I'm feeling angry. If I'm feeling angry, what is the one line in Gurbani that's going to calm me down? Farida bure da pala kar gussa man na handai. Dehi rog na lagi palle sab kuch paye. What if I'm overthinking? I'm like, oh my gosh, Maharaj, my mind is just going crazy and I need to do something about it. And Maharaj then says, Bande khoj dil har roj na fir pareshani mahe. You're not going to get pareshan, you're not going to get worried if every day you khoj, close your eyes, sit in solitude and just contemplate on what you're thinking and write everything down. So now is a concept of journaling, but Guru Sahib has given us all these tools beforehand, So the youth, they need to know this, like, oh wow, there's this science in Gurbani that we can actually apply in our daily life. And they need to know that. They need to know that as well. So even for myself, I have a degree in medical science. I love science and I love teaching. But we didn't know that we were going to be on the path of Prachar and do Prachar of Sikhi and not, all the scholarship that I was given and all that. I don't practice it anymore. But that's okay, because Guru Sahib has other plans for us.
Well, Ji, to tell you my story, I left home at the age of 14 because I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandmother was abusive to me.
Okay.
And I walked out of the house at 14 years old in Toronto without a penny in my pocket.
Wow.
And I couldn't finish school, even never finished high school, never went to a university, never did anything. Only came through that whole pathway and worked and survived and did many different things to come to the feet of the Guru at the age of 24 with nothing, or with everything. And Guru Sahib raised me and gave me the world, everything. So people say, oh, you're Babaji, Bhai Sahib, you're so educated, And I said, I don't know anything. I came from very humble. But Guru taught me everything.
Guru taught everything.
And we studied, we learned, and then of course, Yogiji took me on as a son, and he raised me he took care of me until, for many 30 years, he took care of my life. He took care of everything for me. He knew what I was doing, and he knew where I was. But so when you say that, we don't know where we come from. Guru Ramdas Ji, what he was selling, the basin he was selling, right? But look at what he became, right? And what, of course, became the future of Sikhi. So, we never know how Guru is going to touch us, when Guru is going to touch us, how that's going to inspire us. But you've been able to, you have the tools now at your age that's much more advanced than we had when I was your age. Certainly, we were just learning, and there wasn't all the information available to us at that time, and I had some people in the Sangat, older people in the Sangat, who would sit with me and help me grow. We'd Hukam Namas, they'd explain to me and everything, right, from the Punjabi side. But it's so true that if the children aren't given this understanding of what is the power of Gurbani and how it works within us, and what the power of Shabad Guru is, and that technology and the science, it's not just studying. You can go to the Gurmat schools and you can go to the camps and Punjabi schools, but they're teaching, the history and what the history was, and that's good that they learn the history, but they're not learning the internal, which you're talking about, that internal connection, and understand how that internal connection at the feet of the Guru can serve you.
Yeah. If we look at the Shaheed Singhs, I was talking about this yesterday, it's very easy to tell a Sakhi. It's very easy. Shaheed Bhai Mani Singh Ji, Shaheed Bhai Taru Singh Ji, Bhai Mati Das Ji. Very easy to tell the story and evoke the emotion in the Sangat. But to become a Sakhi is not easy. To become a Sakhi, to actually live what they did, is not easy. So I asked them, I said, you read the Sakhi and you listen to the Sakhi and you say, wow, Tan Pai Mani Singh Ji, and you have this impression that they would be like a superhuman or someone like so great, again, like separating ourselves from them, that they are here and we are down there. They can experience all of it, but we can't. And I said, Pai Mani Singh Ji had the same body, the same blood, muscles, cells, brain, mind, Atma. So does other Shaheeds. But what gave them the strength to go through the Shahidi, such painful Shahidi, where a normal person would be like, they would cringe, yeah. And that is Gurbani. Every moment when they were going through like Band Kataye, Ja Khopri Nal Hoye, they were reciting Gurbani and they tuned their mind to focusing on the words, the Shabad Guru, and not allowing the mind to feel the physical pain, because this is just a body, and connection with the Guru. So today I was in the Gurudwara. So this morning I was sharing with you, I had a nightmare, and I woke up with a shock, and I was like, what just happened? And it was midnight, and for me, I don't have access to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, right? We are at home and Sukhasan is done. But this is an example of the tool of Gurbani. I remember I took a hukamnama when I was afraid and I wanted clarity from the Guru. And Guru Sahib gave me this hukamnama, and Maharaj says, Santan avar na kahu jani, beparvah sada rang har ke tako pak swami. That the saints do not know any other way, they only know the way of the Guru, and they are beparvah, carefree, sada rang har ke, in the love of the Guru, in the love of Vaheguru. And so I started reciting that Shabad, and I fell asleep. So I woke up in the morning, and I was like, oh, the day is here, and quickly showered, got ready, and I told Mataji that I'm just going to drink a bit of milk, and I'm going to go to the Gurudwara. So I didn't take any jacket, I just took a shawl and I went. And the moment you have the darshan of the Guru, somehow you feel like, I'm home. And you're going to take care of everything. So I sat down there and I just did my nityaneem and I did finish my job. And I was just sitting down there and observing. There was this Mataji. She came, she was walking with the walking stick. She was like, very eager to meet the Guru. And so she came and she went towards the side, she went behind and she took a sirupao. So she took a sirupao, she wore it, and then she came to Mathatek to the Guru. So she put a walking stick down and she was standing there, and I could see that she is not balanced, but she was like, I'm asking from the Guru, I'm going to stand like this. And she stand for a good 5 minutes doing her ardas and this lady, I think she might be older than you. She did dandot. So a full on mathatik to the ground. And I was so amazed. She did dandot, and then she got up and she went on her knees and she sat down in that position. And I think she did her ardas again. Then she got up. Then she did parkarma. When she was doing parkarma, it's all these little things. It helps you to physically connect to the Guru. She touched the whole, the barricade, Guru Granth Sahib, she touched the whole barricade. Slowly she did parkarma. Then she went towards Sachkhand and she mathatek towards, I think Sachkhand's, and this Gurdwara Sachkhand's on top, Hana. So she looked towards Sachkhand and she did her ardas and she touched every pauri as far her hand could go. And then she folded the surupao so nicely and she went to the back, she kept it, and she came down and she sat. And I was looking at her, and I think the whole process took maybe about 10 minutes. And look at that. Like so calmly, with so much sahaj, this Mataji was just coming there and connecting to her Guru in her own way, which is through doing the dot and just talking and, and for me it was like, wow, like if everyone could have a little, we use the word ritual, but like a little practice where it's between you and the Guru, it becomes so personal that It's so personal and unique, and that starts your connection with your guru.
Yes, for sure.
You know?
Definitely.
So that was beautiful today.
And that connection, we want to have grown. I remember the first time I went to Darbar Sahib, I was 29
Wow.
years old, 1984.
Okay.
1983. 1983,
Okay.
I went to Darbar Sahib, and that's when Sant Binudwap was up on the... and I
Akal
met
Takht.
him every day.
You
I sat with
did?
him every single
Wow.
day. But, which was, I don't know how I was put into that position, but I was on the Pakarma, because it was such an amazing experience for that first time being at Darbar Sahib, at Harmandir Sahib. So I looked up to God. I said, God. God said, what? I said, take me. God said, what do you mean? I said, take me. God said to me, why? I said, because if you can bring this little kid from downtown Toronto, who left with nothing in his pockets, from a whole different culture, and you can bring him here to the most beautiful, beautiful, healing, vibrational light of the universe that exists at Harmandir Sahib. If you can bring this kid here, I said, take me now.
Yeah.
I said, what's next? How do you top this one?
Yeah.
I said, just, beam me up, Scotty, what they say at Star Trek. And God said to me, no. He said, you have to go back. And I said, go back and do what? And God said, nothing. And he said, teach. And I said, what should I teach? I'm 29. What do I know from anything? And I didn't get an answer. But I came back. Right? So I remember those incidents, that we have in our lives that change the access, not access, but axis, the foundation. How Guru takes us and shifts our entire foundation. And as long as we're willing to flow with that foundation, has been my, I'm saying, understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
That, and to this day is the same, that connecting with you, for example, is another movement of that foundation that Guru Sahib is granting to us to help us grow and to be. And I've watched how my life over these years, I was blessed to meet Dalai Lama, but I've also been in the presence of so much of our Guru and so much of those who have, added so much over these years that I was very blessed to be with, and I ask myself that question, why me? And
That's
of course
true.
Guru says to me, why not you?
I've asked that question as well. Why me?
So, one day I was, when we go to Darbar Sahib, right, we go every day and we sit there for several hours in the mornings from 3 a.m. So, I usually get a spot, I just sit outside against the railing, right? Just sit
Okay,
there, and we just plant myself. So when I'm sitting there and I said, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, I said, I've made so many mistakes, I've done so many things wrong, I've had so many catastrophes. Why do you keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing, or keep growing me? And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, it's not what you've done wrong, it's what you've done right. And I said, thank you, Guruji, thank you. Because it's true, we overthink ourselves without understanding that Guru is that ship, is the boat, right, that's carrying us through this time. But we get caught,
We
right?
get caught up. We get caught up in the guilt and the shame and the regret that we're not able to move forward. Yesterday, I had a session yesterday, and one of the Benji came up to me, and she was like crying, and she's like, "Can I give you a hug?" So we hugged, and she says, "I feel that Guruji is angry with me," and I was like, "Why? Guruji would never be angry with you, And she said that, it's like, I know all this itihas, I know all this, the story of the shaheeds, I know what is right and what is wrong, but I'm not practicing it.
Anji.
So I feel that I'm wrong, I'm bad, and Guruji would be angry with me. And I told her, I said, for the fact that you're here, you're alive, and you're in Sangat,
Anji.
it shows that Guruji still has his nazar on you. So we have been built, unfortunately, maybe it's, I don't know about other community, but one of the things we need to change in our Punjabi community or the Sikh community is our mindset on how we look at ourselves
Very true.
and how we look at other people. Looking at ourselves is we tend to just push ourselves down and really destroy ourselves until we are left with no self-esteem. We are left with no love for ourselves. And Mara says, you can only pour love onto someone else when you are filled with love from within. Apne aap nu pyar karna, learning to love yourself, not out of ego, not out of like, oh, I will do whatever I want, that kind of thing, but loving that I'm a part of Paramatma, I'm part of the same jyot, the same light. And then sharing that love with others as well. And the second is something we say in our ardas. Jinnah ne dekh ke undit kita. Those who have seen and unhone undit kita, made it unseen. Because we are very easy to point fingers at other people and making them feel bad about themselves. Guru Nanak Dev Ji never did that.
Right.
If we look at Itihas, Virji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji went around the world and they helped people. Gauda Raksh, Sajan Thag, Pumya Chor. These people were sinners in the eyes of the world. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't go to people and said, don't go to Pumya Chor, don't go to Sajan Thag. They're going to kill you, they're going to loot you. These are bad people, don't go to them. Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to them and healed them. And then told them that now you're going to open a dharamsala and everybody will come to you.
Right.
And never once Guru Sahib looked back at their past and said, remember you did this?
Exactly.
Never once reminded them of their past.
Anji.
And this is something we need to bring back in our community. That people have past and not everyone's past is beautiful. Everyone's got right and wrong, good and bad. But look beyond that and walk forward together. So we need to...
And that takes, again, that takes a lot of courage. We're talking about the role of women, and as I say, I've been with Sangat for so many years, and that to a lot of degree, a lot of the Punjabi women that feed back to me sometime are in a state of confusion. As mothers, there's a state of confusion because I think that you as a woman, you feel things, you know things that we don't know as men. Your intuition is much, much greater. Your strength is much, much greater. Your nervous systems are much, much stronger. But there's a confusion within the Sangat from the mothers, and the mother sets the psyche of the child. So as a woman, and as if you've grown, how have you felt the Sangat is, and where do you think for women you could help inspire to bring a clarity?
Brutal honesty.
Speak as you speak, with Guru's words.
So it was not easy. It was not easy for a woman to do prachar in the Panth, unfortunately.
It's true.
And again, I don't know what happened along the way, because during the time of the Guru themselves spoke up for women's rights.
Yes.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji did for Bibi Nanaki Ji.
Yes.
Guru Amar Das Ji spoke up and took care and wanted to stay with his own daughter, and made his daughter-in-laws and other Bibiyan Prachariks at that time. Guru Gobind Singh Ji had Mai Pagu Ji with them in the Fauj at all times. Guru Gobind Singh Ji sent Mata Sundari Ji and Mata Sahib Dev Ji to Delhi to take care of the Panth while they were preparing for their Jyoti Jyot.
Yes.
The role of a woman in the Panth has always been very strong. If Mata Sahib Dev Ji, Mata Sundari Ji were not there in Delhi and not sending out hukamnames to the Sangat and not putting the Panth together, what would the chance be that the Sangat would even accept the hukam of Guru Gobind Singh Ji
Very true.
to accepting Guru Granth Sahib Ji?
Very true.
So, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened along the way. It just changed. Everything has changed. So even when I started doing prachar, there were a lot of challenges.
Yes.
From the society, from men, unfortunately, even now from Bibiyan as well. And it's very easy because it's very easy to point finger at a woman, because woman generally is seen as the weaker population. You can just tell them anything. You can, beat them. You can beat them with words. What I mean is make them lower. And a lot of that has been happening throughout. I've only done prachar for 8 years now, and a lot of challenges for me. Then I asked the same question that you asked: why me? Why me? Why am I going through this? Or if it's too much of a challenge, then make me stop doing prachar. I'm not interested. I just want to be with you. But again, then Guru says, no, you got to do it.
It's true. Yes.
So unfortunately, even now, I get a lot of challenges and backlash, even from women themselves. I don't know if it's out of jealousy or it's again the idea of what woman's role in the Panth is, you know. So it's things like that.
And that's the growth. There isn't a defined understanding of what that role is,
Yeah.
because it has been taken out. I mean, the British came in and they sweep through the
Yeah.
Sikhi, and they divided a lot of things, and then the male dominance that exists today, right, in the families
I mean, one of the most feared person in the Khalsa Raj that the British feared was Rani Jinda. And so she had to be, they were so scared of her that if she comes back or she even meets Maharaja Dilip Singh, she's going to change him and they're going to get Khalsa Raj again. But look at how much the whole kingdom actually feared one lady, you know?
True. But it's changing now, and you have, this is where your input and other women and continuing to spread this message, because
Yeah.
we need, and you need to be more vocal even in this message, how you will grow and transform over these years. God willing, I'll live a few more years. I'll be able to watch and see how
My
you
Guru,
grow.
I will
and,
need your guidance.
and see how you're progressing, God willing, if it gives me those years to be with Sangat. Because this message of truth, of reality, has to be sent. And I've been trying to do it for best I can, and we have reached millions of people with it. And because English is the language I speak, I don't
Yeah.
speak fluent Punjabi. I should, but I've studied, of course, and I read Gurumukhi and all that. But some people said, well, Guru Sahib has given you this English language to
Yeah.
be able to translate and express
For
to
the
reach
greater
the
world.
generations,
Yeah.
because we, and spread that to the world. I said, okay, well, that's it. Maybe that's true. But still, Gurbani is what's teaching me, and Gurbani is what's driving. So, the inspiration can never leave, even if you face those challenges. And that's when I look to the Shahidis, I look to our Gurus, I said, they did face those challenges.
Yeah,
they
they
were
did.
imprisoned, they were tortured,
Everybody did.
and they still survived it, right? One day I was in Goindwal Sahib, Goindwal, Tardan Sahib,
Okay.
Hanji. And I was walking, and there's a fellow from Amritsar, a good friend of mine lives in Amritsar, and when I'm there, he travels with me, just to make sure things are taken care of. And these are just some stories, we were walking, we had come out of the Gurdwara Sahib at Tarn Sahib, and the Pakam is so large there.
Yeah.
And I was walking, and I was with this friend of mine, and as I was walking, the whole sky turned a burnt orange, a fiery orange color. And I'm going to say, are you seeing what I'm seeing? And then just as that whole sky was open, Guru Arjan Dev Ji came out from the sky and said to me, he said, as I had to go through and sit on that hot plate, you have to do the same. And I said, again, why me, right? But the message, whether it was true or not, it was an illusion, I don't know, but whatever it was, it came right at, and I was out of my body at this point. I was gone. I was just, as the sky opened and as Guru Arjan Dev Ji just came through that whatever portal that was, and that said to me, you have to withstand that pressure, you have to take that pain. And I said, okay. I said, you're the Guru, you went through pain, I can't even imagine. I said, if we can just handle a little bit of that, let us do it, right?
Yeah.
And those things happen. I don't know why they happen. You've had experiences, I'm sure, similar, where if you tell the people, they think, well, you're crazy, what do you mean? Guru Arjan Dev Ji came from the sky and told you blah, blah, blah,
People, that's the thing, because just because we have not experienced it does not mean that it's not true for someone who did.
Yeah.
And which is why, like you mentioned, that you must share. One of the things, I don't know, maybe I'm doing this wrong. One of the things is, because of these experiences that I'm going through and this connection that I'm having with the Guru, I'm being withdrawn from the world more and more, and I'm not interested to share or to even put myself out there.
But I think it's just a transformation for you to understand what is moving inside of you
Yeah.
and how you want to. I mean, I'm just sharing this. I don't know if I'm right or not, but just to share that just flow with it, right? As you know, just relax to it. The more you breathe into yourself, breathe a little more deeply, get the breath connected from your navel point, Vaheguru, 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 and relax yourself to just allow the flow of that energy, because you're in a position that there's a reason why Guru Sahib has put you where you are,
Yeah.
and it's only the start of a journey, right?
Yeah.
And that journey, and the key that I always say is just relax. The more relaxed I am, the more at ease I am with myself, the more that Vaheguru is vibrating deep within me, the more that my shoulders can relax down, that I can take what I need to handle. I saw, even being with Yogiji, I saw that he carried millions on his shoulders. Our gurus have carried millions on their shoulders. So I said, well, you know what, if I can carry just a couple 100,000, thank Guru, and Guru did I know, but you know, I said, if they can carry that, then why should I not feel that I can carry that? Why should anything become a weight upon my shoulders? In fact, it's a joy to live in that bliss, right? To live in the none, to live in that bliss, to be so grateful, to have that attitude of gratitude, right? To be so grateful that Guru has lifted me to where I am today and has grown me and still teaching. So never lose that faith, right? That trust in that faith. Guru will guide you. Don't worry about if you're going to be a public figure and everybody will know you're going to just be someplace. Don't worry about it. Just be where you are, share what you have. The knowledge that you have is vast. And that's been implanted in you from many lifetimes, not just from this lifetime. So that you've been able to expand it through your consciousness. And what is, to me, what's been the key is that as soon as you heard that from the Shabad Guru, that technology of sound, that seed, that beach came to you, consciousness shifted, everything spiraled, and you're never the same person. But you're the person that you need to be and shall become and shall manifest into the future, that many shall come and help by you, and you shall bring many more to the feet of the Guru. Not necessarily only Sikh people. This technology is a science for the world. And the world, as Guru Sahib says in Gurbani, the world is on fire. And it's getting, that heat is heating up. But who will rise through that heat of the world? Who's going to rise? Khalsa. Through the heat of the world rises Khalsa.
But I personally feel like, even, I don't know, this thought just came to my mind, that, you know how you mentioned that it took you 24 years? But I feel that is not even your first time in this lifetime. It's not your first. You have come back, and it's just continuing from where you left off the last time. And you're going towards completion.
God willing, and who knows what will exist after that. I started to talk to God consciously when I was 6 years old. I would always talk to God. God guided me. I was 17 years old. And at that time, you know, in the 60s, you know, the hippie movement, everything was going on. And at 17, God sat me down. He said, look it. I said, I got bigger things ahead for you. Don't mess up. And you know what? I listened. And I said, okay. And then again, life, the balance of life shifts.
So I guess that happened. It took me, like, just because, you know, you were born in like a non-Sikh family, I feel that it doesn't make a reason that you were not in the past a Khalsa, who belonged to a Kalpurik.
For sure.
And just because I was born in a Punjabi family did not entitle me that I was already on the journey. And it took me 17 years to finally, that thirst within me to awaken and said, that's it, this is my path and nothing else, even if I have to fight the world for it. So
you don't even have to fight the world. You know, you will, my belief, through dedication and through devotion and being at the feet of the Guru, that what shall manifest for you shall be beyond what you even think
think so too.
beyond what you
Our
even think.
mind is very limited. When I resigned from basics last year, it was the same thing. It was a very deep calling, and I was like, no, same thought that happened 8 years ago. But what about, income? What about like what's gonna happen after this? Like the only thing I know is parchar. I mean, I could go back to teaching, but my life is parchar. And then Guru Sahib says, don't worry about it. Everything will be taken care of. And so you just have to take the leap and trust your Guru and just do what the Guru says. And I remember a month before that, Baldeep Singh, he from Birmingham, I think he resigned. I was like, oh my God. And it was a sign for me personally, a sign. And I had a conversation with him, and then I decided to do it. And it was at Harmandir Sahib. I was taking the Parikrama. So I was at Harmandir Sahib. I got a call from the trustee just to have a conversation, because it was not easy for them as well. We love each other. We're such a family. And so I sat in the Parikrama. I overlooked Darbar Sahib, and I was like, Guru Ramdas Ji, you're going to speak through me, and whatever you say, it's going to be Parvan. I'll take it. And I never went back, and I said, no, that's it. That's the decision. And then I came to the US, and I won't even speak of those experiences. It's beyond. Again, the mind is so limited. You think like you know what's going to happen in the future based on your current situation, but Maharaj is like, that's your limited mind thinking. It's so vast. Whatever the Guru can do for you is hundreds and thousands times better than what you think is good for you. And my experiences just changed. Met so many Gursikhs, and the style of Prachar has changed. The focus of Prachar has changed. And I was sitting down here like having the conversation while you were speaking, and I thought to myself, I would have never met you if that change had never happened. And this is also a part of that bigger plan. So I'm grateful to the Guru now more than ever.
Well, that's the gratefulness that we have, and it's been a great honor, great privilege of mine to meet you. And as I say, we've been sharing some of your katha on the radio show and getting good feedback. So I wanted to promote you that way as well. And then when I heard that you were coming here, I figured I'll make the leap out and contact you.
And thank you for coming, actually.
It's always my privilege, always my honor. It's always my greatest gift. Again, just keep good health, happiness, trust at the feet of the Guru, and never stop teaching, never stop reaching out. This is the age to teach out and reach out. And we have to reach out, and we have to teach out, and we have to reach out to Sangat and reach out where we can, and be as much a living example of that as we possibly can, and to gain that trust. And many will trust you and come to you for that guidance and help. Yogiji told me something when I first met him. He knew I had some spark, something, I don't know what he could see. But the first thing he said to me was, never bring people to your feet. Bring people always to the feet of the Guru.
Yeah.
And I was probably about 25, 26 years old when he said that to me, younger than you.
Oh.
And I never forgot my whole life. I've never forgotten those words. Never bring people to your feet.
Yeah.
Always bring people to the feet of the Guru. And that's been my mission from that day.
And that is why I guess it was a very interesting thing. I was walking to a Gurdwara, so I've tried different ways. I say we have driven to the Gurdwara, flown for Prachar, cycled to Prachar, and walked to Prachar. I was walking to the Gurdwara for my katha, and one of the Virji who was in the committee, he was like, Benji, you're alone? And I was like, yeah, on my mind, I'm going to do katha. I was like, but you need like 4 or 5 people around you. Like, you're a katha wachik. I was like, why do I need them around me? And that would make me uncomfortable, And that is why I feel that's our job. We're just on our own, and our focus is not to connect people to ourselves and to increase our number, but to connect people to the feet of the Guru. And that was Guru Nanak Dev Ji did as well. Even though the whole world knew them, but they still traveled one person, and that too with Pai Mardana Ji. And when Pai Mardana Ji left this world, Guru Nanak Dev Ji never went back on Udasi. And that's it, so much pyar. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Well, thank you, Ji, for taking your time out of your schedule to share such a beautiful inspiration. And may Guru Sahib always, always bless you with
Thank
greatness,
you.
goodness, glory in your heart, love at the feet of the Guru, blessings
Waheguru.
of the Sangat,
Waheguru.
that you're never disconnected and shall never be disconnected.
Maharaj ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ ਸੱਚੀ
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you so much, Veer Ji.
Please join Bhai Harinamsinghkhalsa every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Pacific Time for our Gurbani Vichar program in English on Sherry Punjab Radio AM 600, which can be live streamed in your time zone at am600.ca.